and we've got a great show for you right now. And our panelist, right, Rochelle Crump, U.S. Army veteran and founder and president of NWVU. That's the group, of course, National Women's Veterans United. How are you, Rochelle?
I am present and accounted for, sir, and thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. I know whenever I hear your voice, we're going to get some good information and all kinds of other good things. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Great.
So, and you're right, we have a lot of things going on, a lot of people to thank, and, we're just thankful that we're among the living today, really. So we don't want to leave that part out either,
That's right.
Important, too. That's some important information.
That is important. I love the way you say that. Of course, our call-in number is 312-374-8130. Our discussion is going to be about NWVU partnership in honoring military mothers. And that's something we certainly want to do. And Rochelle, you're on. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And, with so much going on with the pandemic and, all of the shutdowns, and even though we're working our way back, we're going to have to really do a lot of different things, and we're trying to, get started with that process as well. So, we've been trying to help military women veterans and making sure they're safe and buying groceries, paying bills. We've helped a couple of them to relocate, one particularly out of the shelter, and that's just like huge, so happy that, and she's a mom too, so I'm so happy that, she is going to have her own key. She'll be able to, start living her life the way she had it once before. And of course, coming out of military and then winding up in a shelter, it's a travesty. So, it's things like that on Mother's Day, we want to recognize how hard it is for some military women veterans, as well as, this is Mental Health Awareness Week also. It's Nurses Week. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, Mother's Day. And then we're going to be going into Memorial Day. So I put all of these things together that will be significant to what NWVU does, because our mothers, our soldiers, our sailors, airmen, Marine Corps women are making such a sacrifice, including, when you're talking about nurses still standing on the front line with, COVID-19, a lot of times people don't understand. They go from one job to another job. They're still in the military. They're still serving. They're still standing on the line. Some of them are subjected to being deployed, so then they have to take off their nurses' gear and then put on their military gear, and they're still on the front line. They make so many sacrifices, We can't say enough about those wonderful women, and we have to give a shout out to our own nurses, that are in our organization. A few of them are still wearing that uniform and a nurse's uniform too. So I want to recognize Lieutenant Colonel Diana Hilson, Lieutenant Colonel Deborah Deere, and also Cynthia Patterson. She's a veteran, but she's still nursing, in a nurse's uniform. And then we have some others too, and they'll come to my mind, and then I will, give them that shout out too. But also I want to give the Red Cross a shout out. We received the military award from them on Thursday, for the work that we do for military women veterans. And, that's an awesome, awesome place that are doing some amazing things also, and, it's inspiring to know that so many women who are mothers are working hard in that group, with the Red Cross. Women do so many things volunteering. Like I said, I can't say enough about them, but, we're going to delve more into one of the special things, and, I have a few guests that'll be calling in, but up until that time, I want to just talk a little bit about what NWVU is still doing. Also, we're getting ready because we were in the process of starting the Fempreneur business development classes. So now we're going to be going to virtual. and that's going to be starting up. We have like about 25 slots available for military women veterans and spouses. And that's going to start on May 22nd until June the 19th. So it's going to be like a 6-week course. They'll be able to learn 5 ways to start a business online in 30 days. I'm going to say that again. 5 ways to start a business online in 30 days. I'm excited about it. I want to know how that's going to work. And, it has to be something to it because, it's a sure shot for what they're trying to do in terms of, making women aware of their potential and what they can do, for those who are just getting disability, who can no longer work or who have retired and really ready to, do something else. So they're going to learn how to market their business with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. They're going to teach them how to know your numbers, keeping financials, intact, what every business should know, sales and funnel basics, launching their business strategically, from successful online entrepreneurs. And then we're going to have a graduation for them as well, And then what we're going to be doing also is we're going to launch some online webinars where women can also call in and learn more about finances. And once they do that, we're going to buy each one of them a very nice calculator.
Oh, that's
Make
great.
sure they can get those numbers right.
Right.
So, yeah. So we're excited about it. And, one of the things how businesses fail is because of finances, So the more you know and the more you know how to know is going to be huge for them to get their business off the ground and to keep it going. We had one of the women veterans who owns her restaurant. You all stop by there at Lucky's on Taylor Street, 1500 West Taylor Street. It's called Lucky's. She's a female veteran. Let's support all of our military veterans who have businesses and who are trying to survive right now. They don't get, it's a whole pool of people applying for this relief fund. So the more you wait, the longer you wait, the less chance you have to get it. And I'm not even sure how that process goes. If they like it, they jump on it. If they don't like it because you don't have maybe an experienced person writing it for you, then you don't get it. It's kind of like the unemployment line. You just got to wait your turn,
Sure.
So
certainly,
we want to make sure that we can support those small businesses because, and I know you hear this over and over again. I know you've been talking about it quite a bit. And I know having done all the things that you have done, in the community and all of your expertise and, the passion that you have, for our communities, you've seen all this. You've seen it even before the pandemic. So yeah. I know you know what I'm talking about,
And I'm glad you're talking about it. In fact, we have one of your guests on, Helen Morgan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Helen. Yeah, Helen?
Miss Morgan, are you there?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. So nice to have you. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Helen. Cliff, Helen is with the International Association of Women. She's the Orland Park chapter president. She's been the president since 2013. And they're a global in-person and online professional networking platform. And they provide over 900,000 women. I'm going to say it again, over 900,000 women with the form of education and services to help them thrive in an interconnected world. Now, 900,000 women, okay? And then she's also the president and founder of Resource 55 at America's Finest Real Estate. She's a real estate broker, certified senior housing professional, and she does seniors real estate to help them to downsize and make things simple and stress-free, when they're making that transition from, their living arrangements. And she does a lot of things things in the Chicagoland area as well. So, we're glad to have Helen. I have not met Helen personally yet, but I know that we will be working together along with Patty Riding, who will be joining us also with this military women's initiative that we have for mothers.
In fact, Patty's on two with us right now. Patty.
Oh, is she? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
All right. So let me tell you a little bit about Patty, too. Patty's the CFO of the Family Harvest Church, and she's the Vice President, Community Engagement for IAW. That's the International Association of Women. She's also the chairperson for the Military Mother's Day Card Initiative, and that's what we're going to be talking about also. And she started that vision, and Helen has been, so gracious to help her and embrace her with it. And she's going to talk a lot about that because this was her vision, and it touched my heart as well because, my passion for military women veterans who are standing on the front line, and we don't get a chance to recognize them as mothers. We always see them as warriors. We always see them as doing their job, and they have other professions, but we never remember that they are mothers too, and the sacrifices that they make when they have to leave their children to go to work and or go to their military duties, including deployments of years, because some of them get deployed over and over again, like our male comrades, but, it's a little difficult for women. So go ahead and we're going to hear from Helen and, and then we'll move on. Thank you.
Go right ahead, Helen.
Well, I really appreciate you having us on, and Rochelle, you're right. I mean, this was Patty's vision, and she does just extraordinary work with our community outreach. I mean, she has a vision, and she runs with it, and this is something that's very dear to most of our hearts. I don't think we can ever show enough as far as our appreciation for the sacrifices that women in the military make, and especially moms.
That's just
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So my hope is that this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of things that we can do together. And I'm really looking forward to working with you and seeing what we can do to help support you and, moms in the military.
That's great. Patty?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I look at what we as a country has done to honor the military moms and the military women in general have been very minimal. So when the opportunity comes to really look at Mother's Day, what a best way to really honor and send a message of love and gratitude to every single veteran active military mom for their service, to this great nation. I mean, they're like, Rochelle was talking about, we have to be, as civilians, continue constantly remind the military moms and the women in the military that we're grateful for their sacrifice. We appreciate and value their sacrifice. And I think that that's what it's all about. This program, honestly, is worked out of, was created or born out of gratitude. That's really what the foundation for this is. And we as a nation have an opportunity to come united with this message of love, And what better way to do that on Mother's Day to address and honor our military moms. So it's an honor to participate, of course, with Rochelle in her work that she's doing is phenomenal. So we're definitely honored to be part of it.
I think that's great. It's a wonderful thing, and of course we know what Rochelle does all the time. So
yes, and I think that we want to cast a vision for 2021 because our goal is to bring this initiative to a national level, where we want communities, business, and a women organization to embrace it and to participate in a national level. We can, touch many women, many bases, and send it to all the deployed around the world. What better way that our goal is really, the vision is that every mom in the military services will receive a Mother's Day card.
Isn't that great? Oh, that's wonderful.
That's what we want to do. So, if we just call out to people to partner with us. We have major corporations this year earlier in February they wanted to do things with us, and it got a little, of course, complicated because of the current situation the country's at. But this will not stop us for 2020. Let me guarantee you that.
Absolutely, and they were actually going to participate in our conference that we couldn't have because of COVID-19. We got shut down right at the buzzer.
Oh, wow.
And, we were going to be able to accomplish giving out those cards at the event. And that was one of our highlights for our conference, and it was also our 15th anniversary. But we are still planning to do a celebration of the National Women Veterans United, and we will continue to, push for our military moms to be recognized and to get those Mother Day cards. And, right now they're serving, in those different capacities in which I, made note of. But, my heart goes out to those who are actually in deployment right now, and even those who are risking, right now doing testing, just from the National Guard and the reserves, right here at home.
Right.
And they're making sacrifices here, changing, clothes, leaving their children, small babies, because we have a lot of younger veterans also who are in the National Guard and in the reserves. And you know what that's like? It's got to be tough, and been watching the reunification of them when they haven't seen their kids for over 3 weeks, little toddlers, and it's just heartbreaking, And, I heard someone say on Facebook, and they said that they don't need hazardous pay because they don't do it for the heart, and I said, oh, my goodness, how could somebody even say something like that? And I had to explain to them, when you're in the military and you go into war zone, then you receive hazardous pay, and right now COVID-19 is part of a war, it's a war. Yeah. It's a war on the unknown, and that's even worse than when we know who the enemy is, So hazardous pay is what they should get, the equipment that they need, to be safe, and make sure that they have everything that they need, not only just do their jobs, but to save lives, because that's what their mission is.
That's what it is, yeah. That's exactly right. Rochelle, what else?
And so, as we gather soon, we will be doing webinars. We, the National Women Veterans United, will be doing webinars. We've already figured out with the warm weather coming up, we have access at our facility to be able to have our social distance inside and outside, because we have a huge parking lot that is not used during the weekend, just partially used. So we'll be able to do our dance fitness outside. We'll be able to do our yoga outside, our chair yoga. So there's a lot of things that we're going to move, along with the shift from being shut down to partially being shut down. We're going to be coming up with those creative ways to be online. We're going to start our Zooming. It's kind of hard when you have like 25, 30 people on the phone. We had our meeting today, and salute and shout out to those women, those amazing women of the National Women Veterans United, because we're all eager to get back together, because you know how you form that bond when you're in the military? Well, we have that same kind of bond now. And it's just something that's almost like their family. They are your family. Like when you're in the military, your family.
Sure.
So, we feel that, and we've been calling to kind of check on each other, and we see the losses that many of our members are having. Jeannie lost her mother. She comes to the show regular also. Her mom passed. One of our members, she lost both of her sisters. So it's been devastating, and we need each other at this time, because we have to make sure that all of that, and those women who still are challenged with mental health issues, who still have, other things that have happened to them, like military sexual trauma, those type of things that are living within them, that we are there for them so that they'll know, they're not in this alone. It may look bad, but, we're on the other side of it, and we're hoping to make sure that we can keep them resilient and know again that they're not alone, and they should call in, and they can call us. We're working remotely, from home, but we're still answering calls. We're still going to the office, checking on things, and getting supplies and things like that ready for our next mission. So they can give us a call at 773-872-731-2150. 872-731-2150. And we're located at 8620 South Pulaski Road, lower level, Chicago, Illinois. And that's 60652. And again, we're just waiting to get back in our office. That's one thing, because we're anxious to be there. Patty came by to the office today, and she got a chance to see what we do on the inside, and we're still waiting on you to come, Cliff. We're still waiting on you and Glenda to come by.
Oh, we will be there.
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as this is safe to do so. We plan on having some gatherings. Of course, they'll start off small and work itself back to, what is, the conditions of the state mandates. And, of course, we'll follow that.
Sure.
But we also want to make sure that, we just don't lay down and don't do anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
not going to happen. We know better than that.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, we know that.
So, in fact, we're going to even do more.
Yeah, I believe. I always laugh about that when people talk about women fighting. You've heard me say that before. Women will kick your ass.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. So, you kind of feel right now, I feel what other women feel now, because some people are truly isolated,
Mm-hmm.
and I get that because we've had some calls, and I can discern what people want when they call, even if they don't come right out. It's just by what they're telling me. So I know at that moment they need somebody to talk to.
Yes. Right.
All they want to do is just talk to somebody. So I've been able to, just hold that conversation with them and assure them, oh, we can talk again next week. And they, say, well, I didn't mean to just go on and go on. No, it's okay. I enjoyed the conversation, which I do, because I know that they're lonely. They need somebody too.
Sure they do. Right.
A lot of us are, getting to that age now where, you realize that you really don't want to be alone. You want that comfort of having someone to talk to. Like I said,
you've been doing a great job.
Yeah,
Rochelle.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And ladies, thank you so much for being with us.